Hotel management, managing customer care. Customer service. So, what is a customer? Customers are the most important part of any business. So, it is vitally important that customers are looked after well and given the highest standards of service, so that they come back again and tell their friends about the good time they had. Many organisations that are working hard to improve their customer service use statements similar to the following to focus their staff. Customers are the most important people in our organisation. Customers are not dependent on us. We are dependent on them. Customers are not an interruption of our work. They are the purpose of it. Customers are the people who bring us their needs. It is our job to handle these profitably for them and for ourselves. Customers are always right. Types of customer. Internal customers are people working in the same organisation as you. For example, clerical staff, maintenance staff, receptionists, etc., who you come across in the normal daily course of events and who provide you with services and support. Anyone to whom you provide a service, a product, or information is your customer. Even those who do not have a direct role with external customers are involved in the process that results in customers receiving a product or service from the organisation as a whole. This means that they have internal customers to serve within the organisation, who in turn will service the external customers. Good customer service requires a team approach and a recognition that is not just the customers on the other side of the counter who need respect and consideration, but that colleagues within the organisation need to be dealt with in the same supportive manner. The sort of people we normally think of as customers are sometimes referred to as external customers, to distinguish them from work colleagues. Developing customer relationships. To be competent at developing customer relationships, you need to know and understand the importance of customer retention, how your own behaviour affects the behaviour of the customer, how to behave assertively and professionally at all times, how to defuse potentially stressful situations, the limitations of the service offer, how customer expectations may change as they deal with your organisation, the cost and resource implications of an extension of the service offer to meet or exceed customer expectations, the cost implications of bringing in new customers as opposed to retaining existing customers, and who to refer to when considering any variation to the service offer. Implementing a customer service program. Customer service is the sum total of what an organisation does to meet customer expectations and produce customer satisfaction. Implementing a customer service program starts with identifying areas for improvement within every aspect of the organisation and the people within it. Excellent customer service can only be measured against the expectations of the customers, so it relates to your customer's idea of good service and not your own. Implementation might include the following stages. When developing service levels, it is good to compare the services provided by your organisation with similar providers and set levels which are challenging but have a realistic chance of attainment. Questions to help set service levels may include: how many times does the phone ring before someone answers? How long does it take to process an order? How long does it take to respond to a complaint? Top management commitment to a customer care program is no good if the right message is not conveyed to all staff in the right way. Communications have to be reliable, consistent and regular so that all people receive the same message and interpret it in the same way. Prompt and sympathetic handling of complaints can turn a disgruntled customer into a happy one. People whose complaints are fully dealt with are more loyal than those who have no complaints. Recruiting the right staff is just one of the first steps in a customer care program. Training staff to understand customer needs and tackle customer problems, to turn threats into opportunities for the organisation, is also a prerequisite for effective and lasting customer care. Training staff on a continuing basis, especially in friendly telephone and face-to-face techniques, can provide organisations with an advantage that will score with customers. Delivering effective customer care. What is customer care? Successful customer care means making the customer want to come back for more and getting them to recommend products and services to others. It is not only about meeting customer expectations, but delighting the customer by focusing staff energies on offering value, getting it right first time, yet improving in the future. Customer care involves putting systems in place to maximise customers' satisfaction. It should be a prime consideration for every business. Sales and profitability depend on keeping customers happy. Customer care is more directly important in some roles than others. For example, receptionists, sales staff and other employees in customer-facing roles. But although admin and dispatch departments may have minimal contact with customers, their performance when fulfilling orders has a major impact on customers' satisfaction. A huge range of factors can contribute to customer satisfaction, but your customers are likely to take into account how well your product or service matches customer needs, the value for money you offer, your efficiency and reliability in fulfilling orders, the professionalism, friendliness and expertise of your employees, how well you keep your customers informed, and the after-sales service you provide. Benefits of excellent customer service. Excellent standards of customer service not only bring benefits to customers, but also to members of staff and the organisation itself. Customers benefit by having their needs met in an efficient and friendly manner, producing an enjoyable experience with less stress. Staff working in the organisation will also reap rewards with increased job satisfaction, better opportunities for promotion, a better working environment, more training and financial incentives. The main benefits to the organisation of providing excellent customer service are illustrated in the diagram below. The above diagram shows that the benefits to organisations of offering excellent customer service are part of a cycle, starting with public and press relations activities that create a positive public image, leading to more repeat business and increased sales. This, in turn, helps to create a better working environment for staff and increased productivity for the organisation. Any customer service operation should be built around giving the customer complete satisfaction at all times. Failure to offer a consistent and reliable standard of customer service can result in a less than enjoyable experience for the customer and could lose the company business in the long run. Statistics show that 96% of dissatisfied customers never complain, but 90% of them will not return in the future. One unhappy customer will tell at least 9 others. One way that hospitality, travel and tourism companies try to maximise their customers' experience is by offering a customer satisfaction guarantee. For example, train companies often agree to pay compensation to travellers if their train is delayed by a certain amount of time. Travel and tourism companies also try hard to keep the customers they already have by building customer loyalty. This could be via regular mailings about special offers, discounted deals, or more complex customer loyalty programs. Customer care program. A customer care program for hospitality, travel and tourism organisations will stress that employees with the right attitude are willing to follow organisational procedures, able to create a great first impression. They're positive in their outlook. They're clean, neat and well groomed. They're welcoming to customers, proud of doing their jobs as well as they can, ready to take the initiative, friendly, sincere and courteous with colleagues and customers, respectful of the buildings and equipment where they work, willing to act promptly and effectively. They're ready to take extra trouble and make extra effort to give the customer what they need, and they are loyal to the organisation. Customer service in the travel and tourism industry. Travel and tourism organisations need to appreciate that services offered to consumers are intangible or hard to define. The services offered, such as holidays, flights and so on, are only real to the customer when they are bought and consumed. Flights can be seen taking off. Pictures can be looked at of other people enjoying their holiday. But this cannot replace the individual experience of the customer. Services offered, therefore, must be accompanied by information provided by the travel and tourism organisation so that the customer can be confident about using the service. Variable in their demand. There are often large variations in the level of demand for travel and tourism services. It becomes more difficult to keep customer service at consistently high levels in periods of peak demand, the high season. Customers become disappointed quickly if service lacks consistency. They need to know whether they are guaranteed the same high level of customer service whenever they use a particular company. Perishable. This means that travel and tourism services cannot be stored. A seat on a flight is either sold or not. It cannot be carried over to the next time. So firms have to manage what they offer to customers and the level of demand from customers, or they will disappoint customers if demand is too high, or if they lose revenue if capacity is unsold, such as seats on a flight, for example. Principles of customer service. There are certain basic customer service principles that all hospitality, travel and tourism staff must be made aware of. These include the importance of body language, sometimes referred to as non-verbal communication or NVC, is all about the way we present ourselves to others and transmit messages, either intentionally or unintentionally. Personal presentation. Arriving at work in a clean, hygienic and presentable fashion is always important. Whether staff are meeting holidaymakers at the airport, advising them on holiday choices in a travel agency, or showing people to their table for breakfast in a hotel. The way you present yourself to customers has a direct influence on their enjoyment, your job satisfaction, and ultimately the success of the company that is employing you. Communication with customers. It is important to recognise the feelings of customers. Meet and greet them effectively and try to treat them as an individual at all times, perhaps by using their first name if appropriate. Customers also respond to fast and accurate service, so don't keep them waiting longer than you have to. Dealing effectively with complaints. If they are handled correctly, complaints can be thought of as another type of feedback from customers that gives the organisation a second chance to put things right and satisfy the customer. Working as part of a team. Good products, services and facilities don't just happen. They are the result of concerted effort by groups of people seeking to achieve a common goal. Customer service charters are used to inform people what they can expect in terms of standards of service and what the organisation will do in the event of a failure on their part. Tackling ineffective customer service. Many of the problems associated with poor standards of customer service in the industry are the result of a lack of training. Staff must be trained in the skills needed to provide an excellent service to customers, not just when they start a job, but throughout their working life. Managers need to discover any underlying problems that are causing the customer service problems. Arrange staff training sessions to help deal with the problems. Provide a supportive environment in which staff can flourish. Involve all staff in customer service improvement. Meeting the customer's needs. This involves meeting the needs of individuals, and it is all about building a one-to-one relationship. Customers like to feel that they are special and in a one-to-one situation want to be put at ease and have the full attention of the member of staff serving them. Staff should not become distracted when dealing with individuals and should be trained in prioritizing requests for their time and attention. Meeting the needs of groups. There are certain ground rules that you need to adopt when communicating information to a group of customers, including make sure that all members of the group can see, hear and understand you. Communicate effectively using simple language, using a clear and confident tone of voice. Make sure that everybody has understood what you have said by allowing time for questions at the end. And make yourself available afterwards if people want further clarification on a one-to-one basis. Customer queries, requests and problems. Handling customer queries or requests generally involves providing information of a routine nature and must be dealt with in a positive and professional way. These queries may come from customers who have approached you in person, by telephone or by email. Dealing effectively with complaints. Every business has to deal with situations in which things go wrong from a customer's point of view. However, you respond if this happens. Don't be dismissive of a customer's problem, even if you are convinced you are not at fault yourself. Although it might seem contradictory, a customer with a complaint represents a genuine opportunity for your business. If you handle the complaint successfully, your customer is likely to prove more loyal than if nothing had gone wrong. Complaints should be handled courteously, sympathetically, and above all, swiftly. Make sure that you follow the organization's established procedure for dealing with customer complaints, which at the very least should involve listening sympathetically to establish the details of the complaint and trying to see the situation from their point of view. Asking questions if you are not clear on any points of the customer's complaint. Thanking the customer for bringing the problem to your attention. Recording the details together with relevant material such as a sales receipt or damaged goods. Finding a solution to the problem by consulting other staff if necessary and agreeing the solution with the customer. Offering rectification, whether by repair, replacement or refund, or provide support for the customer by saying that the complaint will be fully investigated and matters put right as soon as possible. Taking appropriate follow-up action, such as a letter of apology or a phone call to make sure that the problem has been rectified. Difficult customers. There are also tried and tested ways of dealing with the person who does not really have a justifiable complaint but is intent on causing a scene. Never be rude to the customer or argue with them. Try not to take any of their remarks personally. Let the customer do the talking and listen to what they have to say. If in any doubt, seek help from another member of staff.